Hello, greetings and hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new Axis and Allies video for Axis and Allies Zombies. Yes, we're doing zombies content now. I haven't really seen any videos and tutorials about this, but I wanted to go ahead and make a video to share with you guys how to effectively play this game to the best of your ability. So, without further ado, we'll get right into it. So today I'm going to be covering the Soviet Union and some of the strategies you can use to destroy the Axis in this game. So, first off, let's look right here in the turn sequence. So it has changed different from normal Axis and Allies. So actually the first thing we do is going to be play a zombie card. So we'll go ahead and play a zombie card. Here we go. Add a zombie to midway. So go into the zombie supply here and go drop this off into midway. And then there will be an optional desperate measures rules. Now the strategy for the Soviet Union is going to change depending if you use desperate measures or not. So today I'll just go through as if I was not playing with the desperate measures rule right off the bat. And yeah, we'll go from there. So zombies just added to midway. Next, zombies attack. There's no zombies on the Soviet Union right now. Zombies capture territories, conduct movement, combat movement. So now, combat movements as the Soviet Union. So, no matter what you do, this is the most effective way to deal as much damage to the Axis. So first up, you're going to take these guys in Siberia. You're going to send them into Manchuria. This fighter will also go ahead and attack Manchuria. And then the Caucasus. Take everyone, send them into Ukraine. Take this guy, send him into Ukraine as well. And these guys in Karelia, you're going to send them over here. And then for this battle in West Russia, you don't really want to take this. All these battles you're taking, you don't want to take them. The goal is to create zombies. To create as many zombies as humanly possible. So right here, what I'm going to do is send in artillery, 2 infantry, actually 3 infantry, into that battle. So here we go. Here's all the combats you're going to do. The goal is to create zombies, okay? You don't necessarily want to take these territories, but if you happen to take this, that's pretty good because you're sending in absolutely nothing into that battle. So, I'll be right back after we've conducted the combat. Okay, I am back and I've conducted all the combat, so here we go. We did some damage, but we didn't fully take these territories. West Russia battle, as well as the Ukraine battle, which is pretty bloody. So pretty much what you're going to do now is non-combat move all of your guys back. And yeah, move these guys here into Russia. These guys are going to move into the Caucasus. These guys in Archangel, you're going to actually send one guy here and leave a blocker. In this game, as the Soviet Union, unlike in 1941, you want to leave blockers because these blockers, if they take this guy, there's going to be a zombie that spawns there that's also going to start attacking them. So it's a pretty effective way to prevent the Germans from going any further. So that's pretty good. And then over here, after your first battle, since your plane came from Xinjiang, you could take these troops and send them into Xinjiang. It's right there. And then these guys in Urals, go ahead and send them into Xinjiang as well. And there you go. And that is the basic setup if you are not using the desperate measures portion on the cards, which is the very bottom. All right, and so from here, what purchases would you get? So the last part of the move is non-combat and then purchases. What exactly are you going to be purchasing? Oh, wait, and then the submarine. The submarine, you don't want to put it here in Norway. What you do want to put this is in Sea Zone 2. Because there's a lot of British, there's a good British Navy here. However, don't be deceived by the British Navy and it being able to do a naval landing. It is purely cosmetic in this first turn. Germany will absolutely destroy the navy and it'll be completely gone. So we put the submarine here because after this battle up here, they'll most likely send in a submarine and a destroyer. And if there's only a destroyer left, you could potentially send that sub to 1v1 that destroyer. Or if the US wants to build a fleet here, you could also send that sub into there to try to protect them from whatever's left here, here, or whatever. So we send in the Sea Zone 2 with that submarine. So, after that, the final portion of the game is purchases. So, what will we purchase? If you're not using desperate measures, you're going to go for Air Force. This is going to be your most effective way to take out zombies, because without the desperate measures, you want to be making sure you don't have any zombies in your territory. And you can use these Air Force. So it's either you could get the fighter and artillery or a straight up bomber. So the fighter and artillery is pretty good. It applies pressure to the Germans from putting a stack in West Russia, because you'll have a artillery and another fighter that can be used to go ahead and attack like whatever territory out here and whittle down some zombies. So that's pretty good. Getting the fighter. The bomber too. If you do get the bomber, there's a strategy that I like to call the zombie farming strategy that you could use with the bomber. You can also do it with the fighter, but it's more effective as the bomber. So sometimes a zombie will spawn in a territory where that is unoccupied, and it clearly just takes the territory. So what you could do, this will turn into the zombies, and if you want to pull out the zombie farm strategy most effectively, you want to make sure the Axis don't have a way to interrupt your zombie farming. So what you're going to do is, once you built that bomber, set it in here, attack the zombie once, and the bomber only has a 1 in 6 chance of not killing the zombie. It hits on a 6. So as long as you don't roll a 5, you will kill the zombie 5 out of the 6 times. So it's very effective for taking that. And then once that zombie's gone, you wait one more turn. And then you send in a tank, and then send that tank over. And then once you capture this territory back, you'll get 1 infantry for liberating that territory. And so in total, you actually gained 1 IPC, because the zombie took the territory for 2, you took it back for 3, pretty much, because you gained an infantry from it. So it's very effective in doing that. You could also use this bomber to potentially farm these 2 islands. It's more effective if there's only a 1 territory troop to attack. So it's very effective if you were the UK, for instance, to do the zombie farming strat over here. But if you do want to do this, then the bomber is a good way to go. The bomber or the artillery and fighter, but I would go for the bomber here if you're not using the desperate measures scenario. So now for the long-term strategies for this is you're going to first, let's talk about the China strategy. So here, the China stack here. So the Japanese could potentially attack you here. So to make this even more unbearable for the Japanese, what you could add into that battle is this fighter. So after the UK does their battle in Southeast Asia, ask them to put their fighter into Xinjiang to really secure that for you. All right, over here in this area. So the goal is to prevent Germany from making as many zombies on West Russia and Ukraine as possible, and get those infantry and get those zombies on those territories to start eating away at their high level units. And once there's so much zombies here, you could start sending in your planes to start taking out those stacks and then start moving your army forward. Okay, so let's talk about the infantry. So for the infantry, if the Germans do stack West Russia, what you want to do is go aggressive on them. You should have no infantry left in Russia after you've done this attack. You want to send every one of your infantry into the enemy, especially if they have a bunch of infantry themselves. Because those infantry, once they die, they'll turn into zombies. And after that combat, you just stop. And after that, all those guys you sent to that battle will be reincarnated, reanimated as zombies, and will actually attack whatever is left on West Russia. So you do not want to let the Germans attack first. You want to always be attacking first as the Soviet Union. And make sure you don't have any... If they do get in a position to attack Russia, make sure all of your infantry are pretty much dead. They all should be zombies and attacking the German stack here or whatever. What you should have left is probably these things, these tanks, those, and then some fighters from the UK. Because the UK and the USA are going to make an incredible amount of money in this game. And as long as you just keep deleting or keep creating an army of zombies to eat away at their stuff, you're pretty much going to be unkillable. Also, if you do get into a situation where, say there's a zombie, he spawns into the Caucasus, or whatever, what will you do? Well, first, and say he gets a casualty, what do you take here? You're going to take this infantry, turn this infantry into a zombie, okay? And then there'll be 2 guys here. But the zombies, they need to have at least 3 zombies to actually take this territory. So pretty much all you can do is take these guys, send them out. Send them out of the Caucasus, and then take your bomber or whatever fighter you purchased and just start attacking the Caucasus to try to wipe those zombies out from there. And then after that, you could send in some guys in and then profit off of whatever happened there. If they do happen to land in Russia, though, if the Germans don't have anything here, or in the Caucasus, go ahead and just take all of your guys away. And yeah, so for casualties, just go ahead and take take one of your infantry. And then just take everybody, take them out of Russia. And then just go ahead and send in your planes and attack that zombie. That is the safest way to take out these zombies. And yeah, you'll be pretty good. Just make sure to attack the German stacks when they do come. But do be warned, if they do have guys that they could... if you take away troops from Moscow, then the Germans could have a big stack here. So you always want to be ready to attack whatever's here, or whatever they put here. But if they're in that position where they're already also about to attack there, and you do have some zombies here, just leave the zombies here. Leave the zombies here and take casualties onto your infantry. So that's the opening for the Soviet Union if you're not going for the desperate measures option. There's also another option you could do, which is going to be the double infantry into double artillery that you could use. This is also kind of useful if you want to just pressure the German stacks. If you feel like they're going to do an initial stack here, just go ahead and make artillery and infantry. And then, yeah, so after getting the bomber purchase for the fighter purchases, just go ahead and get artillery and infantry for the whole game. And you want to have artillery, you want to have a 1-to-1 ratio with your artillery and infantry. And whenever they do stack here, just attack and lose all of your infantry, and then just start getting more infantry to accompany your artillery. And then you should pretty much be unkillable as the Soviet Union. And then yeah, so that's pretty much it. However, and then for the fun part, if you do happen to be using the desperate measures option at the bottom, there is a couple of things you will need to know. So first off, for combat moves, what you're going to do is, instead of soft taking this, you would send everybody into this battle. Send everybody into this battle and take this. Take this territory. So why do you take this territory? Can't the Germans just fight back? Yes, they can. However, they're going to have to fight some zombies. They'll have to fight some zombies to get there. And what you will purchase in this scenario is going to be either the double infantry and the double artillery, or the stack of 4 infantry for the desperate measures optional rule. So, for desperate measures, first thing you need to understand is the cards. What cards can be taken and what's the probability of them being taken. So, there are 60 cards in the deck. 12 of them are no, they're not this one. They're anti-zombie technology. So 20% of the time, you will gain a anti-zombie technology. 10% of the time, you will get this card, where you need to kill at least 3 zombies to get a technology of your choice. This is very important. You want to try to have as many conditions as possible for all these cards. So, also, there are 2 cards in the deck that are like this, where you have to have at least 1 zombie on your territory at all times to get value. So for this one, convert a zombie in your territory into money, or convert that infantry, or convert that zombie into an infantry unit. So that is why we attack and hold West Russia. So you could get some value out of that, and if the Germans attack here, what you are going to build instead to be absolutely annoying to the German player is 4 infantry. What you're going to do in this strategy is to become the zombie. You want to start the zombie apocalypse, essentially. And what you're going to do is spam infantry as the Soviet Union. And all you're going to do is keep sacking them into Germany as much as you can. So, there's also another card in this game. So you want to create as many zombies as possible and send those zombies into Berlin and get them away from Moscow as fast as possible. So there's also another card that can be played, which is very crucial. You have a 10% chance of getting this because there's 6 of them in the deck. It is called the decoy team. Choose a zombie-occupied territory, move half of those zombies rounded up into an adjacent territory. If you or any of the allies get this, you need to do this. There's going to be a massive stack in West Russia. You're going to always send that to Germany. Get as much zombies away from Moscow as possible. Just keep moving those away. So statistically, the Allies will pull 3 cards and the Axis will pull 2 cards every turn. When one of your allies gets this card, tell them to move the stack of zombies away from Russia. Because if that stack of zombies happens to land on Russia, it'll be a tough time, but you'll still be kind of okay. So yeah, take that stack and send it over. For this this card right here. No. Research mission. This is the one. So this one, there's 6 of these cards in the game, and you have also a 10% chance of getting this. Kill 3 zombies. This is key. If you get this and try to get Zebra Suits. Zebra Suits is going to be your best friend in this strategy because you're going to be spamming infantry units all the time. That is the only thing you're going to be using, and you're going to overwhelm Germany with this just by spamming infantry and creating zombies for them. So if you get this, try to get this if you can. And get Zebra Suits. Zebra Suits are the best. Everything else can kind of just go away. And then the second one, if you do happen to get that card again, would be Zombie Mind Control Ray. And then just keep on sending the zombies over to Germany. So yeah, pretty much get Zebra Suits and keep pushing towards Berlin and spamming infantry. Make sure all of your infantry are dead before the time they get to Moscow, if they happen to get to Moscow, of course. So good rules of thumb to keep in mind is have at least one zombie in your territory at all times to gain value. Make sure there's a zombie controlled territory you could potentially attack. And also make sure you can actually kill three zombies every turn. But with this strategy, you're going to be able to kill a lot of zombies every turn because you're going to be making a ton of zombies, and you're going to be sending all those guys into battle. All those infantry are going to be turned into zombies, so you will have no shortage of zombies to kill with this strategy. So if you're playing with the desperate measures option, and say if there was say worst case scenario, they send in a horde of zombies into Moscow and they get 2 hits or whatever. Take the hits on your infantry. Okay, take the hits on your infantry and then make more zombies. It's going to sound counterintuitive, but eventually one of the allies will get one of those cards and send them back over to West Russia and attack whatever stack is left there. And then you'll still have some more zombies. Well, you'll have less zombies. And and then hopefully, eventually you can get zebra suits and completely negate the effects of your zombie horde. Zebra suits is very key in this game. Yeah, so if you if this scenario does happen to you and you have a massive horde of zombies on Moscow, there's also another card that could potentially save you from that. And it is the zombie camouflage. So in each territory you attack this turn, zombies that don't roll for the first round of combat. So if you have a bunch of guys here and there's like a bunch of zombies trying to overwhelm everybody, just go ahead and have them all attack them for one turn. Try to kill as many zombies as possible if you're being threatened to be taken over. Well, it does. If you're being almost taken over by the zombies in Moscow. But yeah, so that's generally the whole strategy for the Soviet Union. If you want to play the most annoying as possible, just go ahead and spam infantry and overwhelm the German tanks.